If there's one thing I hate more than hippies, it's psyops, which is why we're talking about the latest hippie psyop, Shannon Blake.
Philion, other people have already covered her and milked her for YouTube ad revenue.
Yeah, but I haven't, okay? And you already know my analysis is going to be the best because I'm blessed with all three fucking eyes.
I'm well aware that I attract what I allow in. I am a vibration, people can tune in. I broadcast, I am love, I am abundance. I am an armor made the golden light I trust in.
I'm hard and mad at the same time. This is the Coachella final boss. Shannon Blake 999 hit the scenes a couple years ago. She's the latest and greatest Wook. In the r/festival subreddit, a user had the very same question. What is a Wook? My boyfriend doesn't really know anything about the whole rave/festival culture, and we were talking yesterday and we got onto the subject of Wooks. But he had no idea what I was talking about, and I had a hard time describing them in a way he would fully get the picture. LOL. So, how would you describe them? Or, if you are one, introduce yourself. A Wook is just a pile of drugs and dirt mixed together that has grown sentient. Correction? Partially sentient. Essentially, they're traveling vagabonds, a nomadic group of people that go from concert to festival to concert to festival without showering, days on end, blasting every single drug under the sun. Now, Wooks are particularly unpleasant because you can smell them before you know they're there. Now, Wooks are adjacent to burners or deadheads, but I think there is a distinct phenotype. You see, people that attend Burning Man are ugly sexual deviants that like to watch their wives get plowed. One thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is that the term Wook is derived from Wookiee, as in Chewbacca from Star Wars. This should give you a good visual and audio representation on the essence of a Wook. Now, there are many different archetypes of Wooks, like the Bro Squatch, noted by the Adopt a Wook Foundation, found occasionally at fish shows. I like to think of them as hippies, but none of the ethics associated with being a hippie. Hippies have no ethics. So our girl Shannon Blake has taken the internet by storm because she is a hot Wook. Or is she? Is there something else going on beneath the surface? Because I get schizophrenic when it comes to classifying different esoteric beliefs, systems, cults, and religions, and faiths.
Took a little bit of acid, a little bit of shrooms. Did that tree just talk or was it you? I can feel the sun on my skin. Feel my face melting. Existential bliss. Oh my god, that's
The world ain't all cookies and cream, Shannon.
Yeah, but Philion, you have long hair and it looks like you don't shower.
I'm one of the cleanest people you'll ever see. You can't be lumping my Roman conqueror physiognomy in with hippies. You simply can't be doing that. I have long hair because this is the most natty, beautiful form of myself. This is stock Philion. I don't have to go to the barber shop and get a fade. Nah, I wake up and choose handsome. Think about that the next time you're cheating on your barber.
Can you hit me with a skin fade?
What is this, 2015? Second of all, I'm a caffeine maxer, not a weed maxer. Huge difference. Weed people be like, oh, it's 9 a.m. Let me make myself retarded. Meanwhile, I'm letting greed corrupt me. So you can stop with this Philion hippie slander. It's never gonna happen. It was never going to happen, and it never will happen. I am stone cold sober, baby. No weed, no alcohol, just coffee. I don't need to pop a molly or take a tab of acid to feel something. I don't need to scavenge bovine guano and eat fungus to expand my mind. And I definitely don't need to brew a potion to hear color and see sounds. I am that cracked and dialed. Some of you aren't. In all seriousness, this has to be one of my favorite tweets of all time. Ayahuasca is insane because it appears to be one of the most legitimately dangerous drugs with the potential to gigafry your brain, but is exclusively taken by literal turbo normies who unironically want to heal internalized racism trauma and basically get one-shotted by it. Literally the most spiritually inept people in existence having their little lib brains rearranged by some Mesoamerican 6D demon who makes them quit their email job, divorce their boyfriend or girlfriend, and become a traveling circus stripper or whatever. You don't need to read too into it. I like it because it's funny, and you can too. When I first encountered Shannon Blake 999, I was pissed off, but for a very specific reason that is probably exclusive to me. You see, one of my favorite pastimes is burrowing myself in various rabbit holes concerning religions, faiths, cults, and esoteric beliefs, because I, for one, can't stand groupthink. I value reason, rationality, and critical thought, so whenever I see a group of people sitting cross-legged in a circle worshipping a tree, I scratch my head because I simply can't relate. I cannot empathize with the fact that there are people that dumb. But I have a problem, because my special interest comes with a negative side effect. In order for me to properly organize all the different bullshit that happens in my brain, I need to understand the different aesthetics and beliefs that separate the various groups. For example, I know what hippies are, and I know what Wooks are. But if you take a look at Shannon Blake, she's got more jewelry on than a pickup artist in the early 2000s. In fact, it looks like she robbed a gem shop at gunpoint.
Love is love and love is all, and light language can say it all. These third eye visions geometrical. It's
I gotta call my lawyer, dude. I need to trademark third eye. You can't be stealing my swag. I was born with the third eye. You are wearing a sticker with a gemstone on it.
a divine birthright to answer the call. And don't you see that your hate don't faze me? Nothing that you say it could ever faze me, cause I've been stacking millions, feeding my whole family. Shout out to the fans, they're the ones who made me.
Now you may be wondering, how is she stacking millions? Is it her music? No, it's her OnlyFans.
From the Pallades, luring is the race, yeah.
There it is! Lyrics that would go unnoticed to those not primed with the knowledge of the third eye. She said, I'm from the Pallades. And Lorin is the race. And my first instinct was, she's grifting. She's adorning herself with various insignias and trinkets to tribally signify, hey, I'm one of you guys. But no, Shannon Blake is a starseed. Who are the starseeds? Now that is a great question. Let me give you a little context, okay? A couple weeks ago, on the second channel, I made a video about a guy named Modern Monarch. He looks like a Carthian warlock from Game of Thrones. Once again, initial thought, grifter. He's selling overpriced courses to dumb hippies. And he does this thing where he speaks in light language, which is pretty much gobbledygook.
Trea, tu no, cheka, peku, pateya.
And you know that feeling when you forget the name of a song and then you're chilling on YouTube or Spotify and it plays and your world aligns? And that's exactly how I felt when I discovered the starseeds. You see, Modern Monarch and Shannon Blake are fucking starseeds. Who are the starseeds? A journey into the esoteric faith shaping the American fringe. Where does one begin with an overview of starseeds? The answer to this question is more complicated than you might first imagine. It's tempting to view starseeds as one of modernity's many freak shows, a ridiculous-seeming subculture that arose out of a stew of ahistoricism, New Age spirituality, and UFOlogy. There's a lot more to the story than that. But first, let's start with a definition. Starseeds, also known as star children, star people, light workers, crystal children, and more, believe that their human bodies inhabited by advanced extraterrestrial or interdimensional souls. But in order to put ourselves in the shoes or lack thereof of these hippies, we need to lower our IQs. It's difficult to estimate just how many starseed believers there are, and even more difficult to estimate how many people self-identify as one. We know there's at least one, the Q Shaman, who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. But who else? The number might be anywhere from the tens or hundreds of thousands, assuming everyone who subscribes to YouTube channels like Chloe Taylor, Zoe Ariel, and Moon Omens, which have 47k, 143k, and 29k subscribers respectively, to as high in the millions, with a startling 12 million Americans reporting to believe in a reptilian alien race, a core component of starseed thinking. I don't think you understand what's at stake here. There is an infection, a plague happening on TikTok. It's horrific, aesthetically, intellectually, academically. It's absolute slop. While there's no unified starseed religion or doctrine, there is a general belief among the starseed community that they're here to help Earth undergo a paradigm shift from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Sometimes this may be couched in terms like raising the Earth's vibration, or even more mundane descriptors like authenticity or living your truth. This is where it stems from. They weren't hippies. They were starseeds. Where you see references to vibrations, frequency, or ascension, typically starseeds aren't far behind. There's two main tenets of being a starseed. Bringing about this shift typically first starts with their own awakening or activation, which happens via introspection and lifestyle changes like switching to a vegan or fruitarian diet, and intentional daily practices like yoga, meditation, box breathing, and manifestation. I don't think you guys understand that this is neatly tying a bow on so many unanswered schizophrenic thoughts I've had over the past 10 years. Because you could just go down the aesthetic line.
Oh, you're into yoga? Oh, you're a vegan? Oh, you like this? Oh, you like that?
Ready for this one? In trying to be different and alternative, over time, they literally become parodies of themselves. Because they're all the same. Crazy thoughts coming from the third eye today. The second, and perhaps most central pillar for an awakening starseed, is that you yourself can change reality. There are no coincidences, only synchronicity. You can't convince me otherwise that the genesis of all of this was a hot hippie getting fried by ayahuasca, and then a turbo normie dude who couldn't get by himself, following her to the dark side. In Tanya Valentras' wonderful interiority and objectivity within starseeds on this pale blue dot, she writes of this belief. An integral starseed and New Age premise is that a person's conception of reality is central to how reality actually is for them. It is the spiritual depth of the relationship between oneself and the here and now that is given primary importance. This is how the starseed changes the world, especially when in harmony with other awakening or already awakened starseeds. They think they're chosen aliens sent from outer space to commune with each other and bring about the new world order. The process of awakening isn't an easy one though. It is a perilous journey, and you're cautioned to not move too quickly. You'll receive a lot of overwhelming information that even the most prepared individuals struggle with. Max level shamans and wizards are failing this test, okay? Most starseed literature warns of the dark night of the soul, or a period of where you lose faith and experience existential dread as a product of understanding the reality of our current moment. Yeah, convenient how they have a built-in gaslighting mechanism. No. You're not losing faith, you're experiencing the dark night of the soul. You see, you don't become a starseed, you're born a starseed. And you're reawakened throughout your spiritual journey. Your extraterrestrial or interdimensional roots are encoded in your soul's DNA, and it is up to you to get in touch with that. Okay, but Philion, how do I know that I'm waking up, buddy? That's going to be through something called light language. And information comes to you via downloads. Light language is similar in character to glossolalia, more commonly known as speaking in tongues. It is not a single, cohesive language, but literally light that is channeled into the starseed's mind and translated. Now that you know what a starseed is and the language that they speak, what are the different classes you can roll? You can be a Syrian, a Pleiadian, an Orion, or a Reptilian. Syrians. These souls come from the planets Sirius A and Sirius B. It is said that Sirius A gave us ascended masters like Jesus and Mother Mary. Don't you dare bring Tradcath lore into this. Just because your lore in history is so shit doesn't mean you have to bring in the most cracked of all time. Pleiadians are the record keepers for Earth and claim the planet is more than 600 billion years old. The Pleiadians exist within a fifth dimensional frequency, which is where love and creativity are born. They are a matriarchal society that elevates women, children, and families. The Pleiadians behave much like humans, except they are far more emotionally and spiritually evolved. Shannon fucking Blake. The Orions will ask questions about every detail. They'll try to create living beings here on Earth, who are based in mind.
It seems like the Syrians are woke
And the Orions are based? Reptilian, also known as lizard people, Saurians, and Draconians, these shapeshifters seek to control Earth in the pursuit of selfish benefit. David Icke has reported on the reptilians, noting that they seek political power on Earth to manipulate human societies, cultures, and human development. The globalists are reptilian. Many people believe that some reptilians are living among us with altered physical appearances. Others say that reptilian spirits enter the bodies of our most prized politicians and sway them from the values and decisions that would benefit the people of the Earth. Luckily, the reptilians have many enemies who live in the light and have the mission to combat all darkness. Okay, but who is the nightmarish Wook that came up with all of this? It's essentially a smoothie of Aleister Crowley's occultism, a Muslim philosopher named Al-Kindi, New Age Americana religions like Mormonism, and lastly, an author with way too much time on his hands. Dr. Timothy Leary's tracks Starseed transmitted from Folsom Prism, but the story marches on with Gaia, Goop, Unicole, and TikTok starfluencers.
I don't even know my real name, real age, real story, or my son. Cite fake articles, viral trolls, no proof, making up lies. They're feeding from my comment section, and it shows. The real bullies talk about me to get clout and get likes. You spend your time hating on me instead of making something great. I keep succeeding while you still working at 9 to 5. You hate, you pay my bills in your basement, writing hate comments. I'm an independent artist, happy because I made it. The hate you have for me is a reflection of your own shit. Got something to say about SH.
There are things more respectable than being a trust fund Wook that grifts people with sub 80 IQ living in a van while you're actually a millionaire. But hey, I guess to each their own.
I don't want to see your dick.
Huh?
You sent a picture, so I opened it. Didn't expect to see your dick today, or any day, or in any way. But you sent it anyway. I didn't ask to see your dick today.
Which one of you slime balls is sending dick pics to Shannon Blake? You know what's sad is she's probably a normal you know what? No, that's the ayahuasca talking. At some point, she tripped and fell into the full grift of
And my third eye, my guidance, how I know I'm in alignment. I breathe it in and I find it. I turn my shit into diamonds. My trailer parked to an island. Used to steal food, now I buy it. I was a peasant, switch perspectives, now I'm royal highness. And I don't fight it, I allow it, I attract it, I receive it, let love fill me up timeless. I got gratitude and kindness, big things on the horizon. And I worked way too hard to ever let some haters make me silent.
Imagine deluding yourself into believing, you know what, I'll be nice, okay? I'll be nice. What I was gonna say was that your music and creative journey carried you to this success. Meanwhile, you did what every girl does. The forbidden OnlyFans grift. You leaned in to the hippie Wook starseed aesthetic, and it was a wrap. Soy boys like the witch doctor to your right, frothing at the mouth. Please, Shannon, please.
I is my guidance.
No!
I'm a starseed. A lot of people ask me, how do I know if I'm a starseed? But nobody seems to ask, what is it like to be a starseed?
I'd imagine pretty boring, considering you're sacrificing your true, authentic self for an esoteric alien hippie LARP.
Starseeds are alien consciousness born into human bodies. Because of our unique energy signatures, we have pretty hard lives.
This is literally the same thing as being a Discord moderator. Bro literally speaks white language.
Being a starseed is a super lonely experience. It feels like nobody understands you, and it feels like your family is far away in space.
Because they probably disowned you.
Starseeds have a super different energy signature than other Earthlings. Because of this, they're often diagnosed with severe mental illness because of their inability to just go about life like nothing is wrong.
What's wrong with just being on the spectrum? I'm literally a schizophrenic. I would believe that one.
The positives are that you're usually super smart and also really psychic. And if you can learn how to master your interdimensional traveling with your conscious energy, you don't have to feel lonely and you can connect to your family in space.
She's coping with the fact that her family doesn't talk to her anymore.
Also, as the internet expands on these topics, you can find other starseeds like you. Unicult, for example, is my cult full of starseeds. Tune into the next video to find out if you are a starseed.
Tune into these balls. Tune into these nuts. Tune into this sack. This is a message from the Council of Light, Council of Creation. Get me to 1 million subs, please! Philion to 1 million! I need to be Tokyo drifting in my Nissan GTR I don't own yet because I don't have that OnlyFans hippie money grift.
What?